if I were a CEO of Paytm. As we all know that if anything big happens around us, then there is a reason behind that. Nothing happens without a reason. So let me share my story of that today led to a formation of a big giant called as Paytm. Taking you back to August 2010, while having an evening walk, I went to a tea stall and then I asked him for a cup of tea that costed around rupees 5. I gave him rupees 50 and I asked him for the remaining change. He said he doesn't have the change and I had to wait around 15-20 minutes to get the change. So that led to a lot of frustration among inside me that why I'm waiting for that rupees 45. Why doesn't he have that rupees 45 with him? Why doesn't he keep those changes handy with them if they are selling these things for a very low price? So that led to an idea that we can start something like digital payments that could eradicate these problems, like considering if we want to give 7 rupees, 8 rupees, 3 rupees, 5 rupees. So we don't need to ask for change that give I will be giving you 10 rupees, give me 2 rupees back for 8 rupees and something like that. So that led to the formation of that idea that we will be starting a digital payment system that today you know as Paytm. After that, the start of the idea, I didn't want to restrict my company to a very basic point that we will be only transferring money. As far as every company started, like MobiQuick, Freecharge, PhonePe, they all started with this basic digital payment systems. But later on, they grew very fast in different sectors of the financial departments. These financial departments basically included the things like DTH payments, prepaid recharge, postpaid recharge, gas payments, uh, mobile bills, broadband bills, fee payment of the school, library fees in Manipal. All these things were connected through this Paytm, PhonePe, and other digital payment providers. These led to a digital revolution in the whole country, and everything started digitalizing. After that, we wanted that why not start this to why not take these digital payment system to a next level. So we introduced a new sub part of that was called as Paytm Mall. This Paytm Mall served as the e-commerce platform, which was similar to Amazon, Flipkart, Jio, and many others. So that Paytm Mall gave us enough revenue, and we started with a mere $2 million investment, and now we have a current total turnover of rupees total turnover of $278.6 million. That was a huge turnover from starting from 2010 to 2020. In the initial stages, we had a very less growth of around 1 million people joining with us in a period of 3 to 4 years. But since Modi ji came and he promoted digital revolution in the country, that led to a great uplifting for our company. After that, since we grew in many fields like e-commerce, bill payments, and digital payments, we introduced UPI payments. After that, we wanted to make something more of out of it because Paytm being a home ground company, we wanted that we should give a lot of opportunities to all the young talents that we have in India, because every Indian who studies from IIT goes to some other country. Why? Because we don't have that enough. We don't provide them the exact money, the exact package that they want as per their skills. So being a CEO of this great company, we wanted that all the Indians who are being talented, have their skills in other fields, why not they join with us? So we expanded our members from 100 in starting to 500,000, and that continued to taking my total employee strength to 20,000 as of now. After that, being a CEO involves a lot of tough calls like that can either break my company or it can uplift my company. But since the past few days, we had this great article coming out in the news that Paytm was removed from the Google Play Store. That gave me another idea that why not create our own app store where we all Indian developers can develop their apps and publish it over here so that Paytm also grows, their developers also grow, and there is no such policies that we want these things or that things like unlike Google and Apple. So that led to the slow growth of Paytm app mini app store that has around 300 plus apps as of now, and it is just not that uh, uh, too long. It has been about 3 to 4 weeks, and these are going good. But as we all know that every company creates a marketing hype in everything. Like they tell they are giving the best and the best, but they don't provide. So I don't wanted that we create a false vision in our employees in the public, because if there is a false vision through my company, then there is a negative publicity that if I said I give you 10 rupees and I provide you 5 rupees, then there is a negative publicity that I don't fulfill my commitments. So I wanted to give my employees, my whole company, that vision that we will be digitalizing everything from bus stand to railway tickets. Everything should be digitalized and nothing should be left through cash, that so that everyone finds that handy and easy to use. That's all I wanted to speak. And these turnovers were quite impressive for our company, because growing from 100 employees to 20,000 employees and having investments from of $4 billion from different companies have led us to a huge has uplifted our company to a huge extent. That's all. Thank you.
Yes, very good. You can also, share your strategy in terms of the future directions, like how Paytm can become a global player now and can spread to other countries and can also raise money from other countries and can become important stock. I mean, get listed on NASDAQ and other important stock exchanges, and how it can
Sir,
change
I
it.
will be doing that through developing an operating system similar to Android and iOS. So that will create a market share of somewhat around 10-15% in the initial years, because Google is US based, Apple is US, iOS is US based. So we want something for India, completely for India. The operating system for the app store should be completely for India, so that Indian developers get promoted. They get a global recognition that these Indian developers are doing well. So by doing this, the Paytm can get globally listed through these measures. There are also many others, but as of now, I think that we had this sentiment of India versus China. So considering those facts, we can currently try for developing an operating system for mobile and laptops, so that we can be globally recognized in every field.
Yes, very good. Uh, Aditya has given a good presentation. And Diksha, can you write marks for Aditya Kashyap?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 9 out of 10. Very good present topic and very good presentation. So, can we have another speaker today?
Sir, can
Yes.
you name Muskan presenter, sir?
Muskan has already given the presentation.
So she would be presenting, I would be telling.
Huh?
She would be presenting, I would be explaining. Because I'm using her this laptop as a it means
Okay, okay. I made Muskan also the presenter again. Yes, Muskan is the presenter now.
can I start?
Yeah, yeah. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir. Today I would be speaking if I was CEO of Robo Silicon Private Limited Company. This is the executive summary that I would be covering. Robo Silicon Private Limited Company investor to North at a glance, vision, mission, and values, roles and responsibilities, proposed contribution to Robo Silicon business as a CEO, corporate social responsibility and initiatives, product portfolio, short-term and long-term strategy and goals. They propose next best actions, key performance indicators, winning business, adding value to your proposed solution, what your customers are looking for. So next slide, please. Vision, mission, and values for the company would be, as a CEO would be, vision to establish RoboSilicon as the largest, more respected, efficient, and profitable producer of manufactured sand, aggregates, and allied products. Mission: creating the best products, best customer experience, and best value to all the stakeholders. Values: for doing the business in the right way to build a business, to conduct the business, and to partner the business. Next slide, please, Ms. Khan. Now let me tell you about give brief introduction about my company, RoboSilicon. RoboSilicon Private Limited company commenced operations in the year 2001 and is headquartered in Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh, India. RoboSilicon, for the first time in India, produce manufactured sand. It is not only a perfect substitute to precious and fast depleting natural resource, that is river sand, but also it is viable, cost effective, and eco friendly product. In a very short time, Rover Sand has earned the respect and patronage of leading industry, real estate, and construction giant in the country. Robocycle has the range of construction materials that are collectively referred as robo aggregates, that is fine, and coarse aggregates, that is to confirm IS 3D specification, which is basically Indian standard coarse fine aggregate concrete. Identifying a need for fabric means brick and plaster work. Robocycle is proud to introduce RoboPlast, specific fine aggregates. It's about 0 to 2 mm. RoboPlast provides complete machinery solution at the site and improves the workability. Next slide, please, Ms. Khan. Roles and responsibilities as a CEO would be grow strategy for the company and achieving strategic goals and objectives of the organization. Responsible for the top and bottom line of the business with focus on the operational excellence, customer satisfaction in terms of quality, cost, and delivery. To partner with all the functional heads and the reporting teams while implementing holistic business initiatives. The profit and loss responsibility for the Bangalore mines and the sales marketing of aggregates and allied products of all India. New business development for robo and growth of the business from the existing clients. Complete responsibility for the client relationship management for the existing and the new clients. Formulate strategic and growth plan to increase the profitability of the company and be responsible for the operational decisions. Responsible for effective running of mine operations, attainment of production targets, maintaining quality and safety standards on the time delivery of orders and planning and coordinating the activities of different departments, development of short-term and long-term objectives in accordance to the knowledge of the marketplace and its dynamics, lead and foster the innovations in the products and the process throughout the company. To understand customers' expectations and lead the team to perform well towards the achieving these set targets with functional heads, translate top management's vision into short-term and long-term plans, consistently improve the volume and the market share, and also to formulate performance as a benchmark of key functions and their managers and linking them with the annual business plan, leading the management of change in terms of creating and sustaining positive and harmony of work environment, health, work culture, and also to provide strategic direction, motivation, leadership, and proven general management ability to successfully increasing the profitability and ensure the company maintain its marketplace and supremacy visibility. And also finally to formulate business plan incorporating goals and strategies which is market share in terms of volume and profitability, budgeting, cost cutting, optimal resource utilization. Next slide, please, Muskan. Now, let me tell you more about the company and what will be my success mantra as a CEO. Robo Silicon Private Limited Company is a part of TrueNord LLP, $2 billion investor group based out of Mumbai. They are into eco-friendly artificial sand and aggregates manufacturing business in building material spaces. They have manufacturing crushing plants at 6 places in India: Hyderabad, Bangalore, Delhi, Nagpur, Vizag, and Chennai. They supply these materials to major builders, large, medium, and small. Major infra projects, ready-mix concrete companies, etc. They are 250 people into HR, legal, operations, marketing, sales, accounts, and finance, logistics, and supply chain function. So, as a CEO, for the success mantra would be respect, ownership, performance driven culture, keeping four things in mind: customers, competitors, company employees, and cash flow. At the heart of doing business with never say die attitude. They have integrated entire raw material sourcing till the delivery of the product to the customers and the collection of the payment totally automated using digital technology adoption and integration. They have used the sales tool CRM, which is customer resource management. These are the softwares: Oracle Sales Cloud, SAP, and Bridge software. This is basically used for tracking the entire business process and the supply chain for better strong force with among 100 people. Next slide, please. Now, companies' finances, top line and bottom line would be our main strategy would be target objective would be 100% revenue growth, 200% sales volume, and 300 EBITDA. Our main key challenge would be for the entire 24 months time would be revenue. If we look into cost profitability metrics to achieve the target objectives in 24 months time. Now the business growth and financial these are the details. Revenue increased from 105 crore in 2018 month to 250 crore in 2019, which is in 1 year span, and expected to achieve 500 crore by 2020, which is top line sales. EBITDA increases from 4.5 crore in 2017 month and increased to 11.5 crore in 2018 month. And again, in a 1 year span, it increased to 25 crore, which is the bottom line profit. Entire investment into the new plants through reinvestment from the current profits, creation of land bank reserves from the better future visibility and expansion into tier 2 and tier 3 cities, increase in number of plants from 4 to 9 in within 1 year span, and again 9 to 14 in again 1 year span, and 20 in 2020 month. CSR activities by the company for the local community. Our company is basically involved in a lot of CSR activities, which benefits the farmers, the school children are given books, and hospitals are given assistance. Roads and temples are renovated and built in their area, and our company is giving the donations in their religious function. Next slide, please, Muskan. These are the project means product portfolios my company is doing basically. So these are the products: robo aggregates, RoboSand, RoboPlus, which are the three products under R&D, which are found under infrastructure, roads and railways, airports, smart cities, metro rail, real estates, both residential and commercial, RMC plants, and builders, etc. Now, the RoboPlus is basically a plaster sand used in building material. Now, this is a composition mortar mix, brick, stone, cement, blocks 1.1 is to 6 ratio, plaster 1 is to 3, and this all are the composition used in RoboPlus. Next slide, please. Now, how do we get there? What would be the short term and the long term goals? Propose next best actions. As a CEO would be rationalizing existing manpower to support companies' future expansion plans, turnover goals for the sustainable growth as per the management vision, and goals keeping cost to revenue ratio in check, organizing customers' meet and training programs for better understanding of their views and align ourselves accordingly to optimize costings for all the business activities for better cost to revenue ratios, to have periodic written and verbal communication through letters, emails, phone calls to reach out all internal external stakeholders, and firstly, and also follow 80 to 20 rule, wherein 80% focuses on the 20% of the potential orders and rest 20% focus on generating new inquiries, new product development with feedback from customers and market research. And our company is happy to see sale guys receive 90% of the sale bonus and best customer experience feedback. So we both sales teams and customers are happy, business better for the business goals and objectives. Muska, next slide, please. Now, these are the key performance indicators my company would be looking towards: sales and marketing key performance indicator and the operations basically. So, sales would be sales growth, revenue growth, EBITDA, sales volume, best customer experience, market share. Operations would be incremental production, cost reduction, meeting budget targets, new tie-ups at profitable locations. Next slide, please, Ms. Khan. Winning business, effective sales process, customer intimacy. In all, about need analysis, and by understanding your customer's business, his requirement, his concerns, operational issues, contract penalties, and his goals, his concept about your product, and how we can offer tailor-made solution to keep his needs and present requirement in hand. So, meeting the key decision makers who sign the purchase order, identify the coach who has the credibility with your and their decision maker, and also help you to win the business. A lot of people are involved in decision making process, project, procurement, finance, legal, user side. Let them know you are here to help them. Understanding your competition, pricing, and product offering is the key. Winning your customers' faith, trust in your product and services, you become their partner in success. Faster the response time, quicker the action, prompt replies to the address, customers' production service issues. Motivated and passionate sales teams who loves to travel and interact with customers at their own business. Now, lastly, closing the sales, getting the customer's commitment as you progress in your sales, and finally closing the deal. Next slide, please. Thank you.
Yes, Medaji, C, uh, CRM. CRM is, you know, customer relationship management. While you have used customer resource management, ideally CRM is customer relationship management. Another thing is that you have talked about increasing the top line, and there are two, you have used two words. One, you have said that revenues I will increase by 100% and sales I will increase by 300%. Sales and revenues are same thing actually,
Yes,
because
sir.
revenue means sales. So, and actually you have shown 100% increase only, and profit is another thing in which where there also you have shown 100% increase, but you have shown that you will be having substantial increase in EBITDA profit. EBITDA is earning before interest and taxes, and so this is what we call as profit
Yes,
or
sir.
bottom
EBITDA is
bottom
basically
line.
coming before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization, and is a metric used for evaluating a company's operating performance, and it's also used for analyzing and comparing the profitability among the companies and the industries.
So thank you. So can we have next presentation?
So, what are my marks? How we can
Yes, marks 8 out of 10. And so another presentation, last presentation for today.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome.
Good afternoon,
So
sir. I am Mohit, and I will.
you are going to
Yes,
make the last presentation of today. Start.
yes, sir. So, good afternoon, sir. I am Mohit, and I will speak about Yes Bank. Sooner or later, every last echo fades, even the loudest thunder in the deepest valley, said Brian
Mohit,
K. Vaughan.
louder, little bit louder.
Okay, sir. Sooner or later, every last echo fades, even the loudest thunder in the deepest valley, said Brian K. Vaughan. And I often wonder if it's good news or bad. We have had a lot of anecdotes from the pages of history which govern these lines. But in this article, we seek to address a relatively recent incident in financial world, the Yes Bank fiasco, a remarkable story of ascent downfall and a subsequent revival of an Indian bank whose foundation stone was laid back in 2003. A CEO is the highest ranking executive in the company whose primary responsibilities include make major corporate decisions, managing the overall operations and resources of the company. Huge responsibilities lies in the shoulders of a CEO and his decision may feel to success or downfall of the company. So if I were the CEO of a company, I would take each and every decision with utmost precaution and speculating the consequences of my decisions. I would not act alone. As running a successful business requires teamwork, I would have my team to participate efficiently in the decision making process. I would want them to understand how something as simple as communicating more efficiently would benefit in our duties. And that is needed, the basic and that indeed is the basic essence of the corporate governance. Failing to fulfill this basic requirement may lead to the downfall of a company, as can be seen in the case of Yes Bank. The then CEO of Yes Bank was blamed for his poor management skills. This led to lack of concrete business, which confused investors and depositors. The bank underreported non-profit assets to non-performing assets to the tune of rupees 3,277 crore in 2008 to 2019. This was due to the lack of serious governance issue. To address the issue of such huge amount of NPAs, I would have find ways to attract the investors to put money that the bank required to survive and grow. Further, I would have made some serious efforts for a market-led revival, which would have helped in reducing the outflow of liquidity from the bank. I would have paid immense importance in the recovery of bad loans and minimizing them. So, as I said before, the post of a CEO comes with great responsibilities, and every decision must be made after analyzing the situation properly. I'm not saying that there will be no risk in such decisions. Risk is always there, but a decision taken in a haphazard manner would definitely lead to the downfall of a company. So, I indeed, as a CEO, should always have the bigger picture in my mind. Thank you.
Sir?
Yes, turning around Yes Bank, which is already into losses and in very difficult shape, is not easy task. Yes Bank
Yes, sir.
almost became bankrupt, and if you really want to turn it around, you have to be, very, very highly skilled. Your vision, your mission, your strategies, your course of action, your path must all be very clear, very clear. And this is, in fact, a very difficult task to revive an old and revive a loss-making unit, because maintaining status quo is easiest task, but reviving a loss making unit into profitable unit is a very difficult task. Anyway, best wishes. So
Yes, sir.
uh, thank you, Mohit Mishra, for giving your presentation, very good presentation. Of course, a lot need to be done for reviving a loss making unit. Yes. Diksha, can you write his marks 7 out of 10? And we can still have another one presentation because still time is left.
Yes, sir.
Because we have 3:15, time till 3:15, and still it is only 3:08. So if anyone wants to give presentation, we can have one more presentation. Yes, anybody who wants to give a presentation?
So we were following a list. So according to that, we have Gaurav Yadav now.
Gaurav
If
Yadav has, I think, given the presentation or not
mm,
yet?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay, anybody else wants to give presentation? Gaurav Yadav?
Ashar,
Yes, Ashar.
Karan Agarwal,
Hmm.
Durva, Ayushi.
Yes, I'm ready to give the presentation.
So welcome, Ayush.
Uh, so, good afternoon, sir. This is Ayushi
Yes.
Srivastav, and today I'm presenting the topic if I were a CEO by taking the example of Reliance Industries Limited.
Yes.
So, there is a big belief that the greatest thing you can do to benefit your employees is to make them engaged at work. And the three biggest motivators, apart from market wages and retirement benefits, are first is autonomy, which is basically assessing the roles and duties of every employee and identifying the areas where they should be given more discretion. The second one is mastery, which includes the factors like progress bar to monitor the growth in mastering their roles and careers. The third one is purpose. That is, the employees must be allowed to care about what company does and how its vision changes the world. A CEO is basically highest ranking executive in a company elected by its shareholders, and he or she acts as a main point between board of directors and corporate operations. Uh, Talking about Reliance Limited, it was founded by Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani in 1973 Maharashtra, and the current CEO of Reliance is Mr. Mukesh Ambani, who is the son of Dhirubhai Ambani. And it was the first Indian company to exceed US $150 billion in market capitalization, and the company was also ranked 96th on the Fortune Global 500 list as in 2020. Being the most successful company of India, it's very difficult to point out the loopholes of it. But if I get the golden opportunity to become the CEO for the company, I would like to bring few changes and some betterments. The first one is in the ecosystem. The ecosystem basically involves the business and sectoral relationship. So the company should not only be business oriented, but it should be sector oriented. That is, it should focus more on the particular field in which it does its business. For example, if we see on the subsidiary Geo 4G, it should not focus only on the Geo 4G network, but the whole 4G networking system of India. And under this only, one of the limitation comes, that is, the Reliance brand does not allow other companies or other competitors to grow. So I think it's a bit harmful for the public. The second one is that a small section of public in India, probably around 2 to 3%, has a wrong perception that the company has been involved in some unethical practices to rise. But it's only due to some rumored news and small level of ill practices, which can easily be removed by taking certain corrective measures according to the problem. The third one is the philanthropy orientation. When we compare Reliance with some top-notch foundations of India like Tata and Ajimji Premji Foundation, they have spent crores and crores towards the welfare of poor in society. But if we see Reliance as a company, it has not much been involved in the philanthropy. So as a CEO, I would like to orient the company more towards philanthropy and welfare of the society. And the fourth one is in the governance. Although the execution of the company is excellent, but when we get into the ruling parties or the persons who are at the higher post, it is more like giving the power to your family members, which is not wrong, but at the same time it's a bit harmful in the view of governance, as apart from your inner circle, opportunities should be given to more deserving outsiders. That is, the inner circle governing the company should not be only your acquaintances or the people who are favored by owners of the company, but they should be chosen according to the skills of the individual. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that questioning the practices of the most successful company of India may be objectionable, but at the same time, I feel as a CEO, these betterments should be brought. Thank you.
Yes, well on time. You have finished the presentation. Very good presentation on Reliance. And
Thank you, sir.
these are really important issues, like how do you inject a culture of focus on a particular sector where you are really willing to pay your attention. This is a very important point that you raised. And turn around a company, you require focus, attention, complete, energy to build a culture of commitment. And those points which you raised, they are really very relevant. So, Diksha, can you give uh, Ayushi 9 out of 10?
Okay, sir.
And with that, we can end the class today. Thank you all for being in the class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
sir.
And those who are left out can try it in the next class.